Alright, what's good, y'all? Welcome to episode 23 of Floor Talk. Y'all know the drill. Z check. Back in by day, baby. Let's go.
Skinny bitch.
Hell yeah. Thanksgiving came early. These arms are a whole 5 course dinner, bro. Bullshit aside. How are y'all doing? Hope everyone had a great Monday, great start to the week. And thank you guys so much for 80 subscribers. We're 20 away from 100. So if you're new here, don't hesitate to hit that sub button. Join the movement. We're taking over YouTube and we're creating something, never seen before on this platform. There's big things ahead in the future. I really appreciate you guys being here and supporting me and this small channel. I wish I could say I had a good start to my week, but honestly I'm kind of in my feelings right now, and I wasn't gonna film at all. I was kind of in this like neutral mindset where it's like slightly negative, you know what I'm saying? And I still want to show up for you guys and show up for myself, honestly, because I made a commitment to this whole YouTube thing, and I'm gonna stick it out regardless. So yeah, today I want to talk about like depression and kind of like dealing with depressive episodes. And I talked about this in a previous video I made, like about my whole journey with like depression and like hopelessness. If you haven't seen that video, definitely go check it out. But I want to like talk about it a little bit more because I feel like that's one of the biggest issues young guys are dealing with, and I want to kind of share some tips that helps me get out of depressive episodes. It was something I dealt with for over a year and a half. I still get episodes here and there, and I still get like these hopeless thoughts. A lot of people think that depression is like a byproduct of like your actions. It's kind of like on you, right? Like that depression is your fault and you're the cause of it, but that's not true at all. Like to an extent, yeah, like if you're not giving a shit, you're just laying around all day, just drowning in sorrow, and you're not doing anything to change your life, like yeah, that's kind of on you. Sometimes like you'll be doing your best and you just still feel these emotions, and it's something you can't really control. Like if you were to look at my life on paper, it's like, what is there to be depressed about? Like I have everything I need, right? Like I'm super blessed, but at the same time I still get these emotions, right? And these hopeless thoughts, and it's like I'm trying to think like where they're coming from, because everything seems to be going well, right? Like I'm going to a good school, I have a good place to live, I have friends, but it's like I still get these thoughts. So it's deeper than just your actions. I'm no scientist, but sometimes there's things going on at the molecular level or whatever the fuck
What?
that you can't really control, right? These emotions come in and it's you kind of question, why they're even there. And that happens to me all the time. Like I'll just be going through my day, I get in this like depressive mood, and it's like, for what? I'm trying to think about, what caused it and like what's going on, but sometimes I can't even find an answer. It's just those emotions are there. There are some things that can help you get out of that. That's what I'm going to share with you guys today. At the extreme level, which I've also experienced, is where literally like it's at the point where you completely just throw in the towel, like not doing anything, laying in bed. Like it almost feels physically impossible to do anything. Like literally brushing your teeth feels impossible. And this was me like about a year ago. I transferred schools, and I had class and practice or whatever. I literally woke up one day, I was like, no, like I'm not doing nothing. It felt impossible to get out of my bed, and it felt impossible to shower and brush my teeth. It literally took like, I don't know, a half hour to get myself into the shower, like seriously. And so if you're at that level, I would definitely recommend like reaching out to a therapist, or getting into like some kind of group therapy program. Definitely reach out for help. Do not live like that and keep it to yourself. Like definitely reach out for help. Get on medication if you need it. I take meds as needed if I ever have an extreme episode, but you definitely don't want to be relying on them either. But in like an emergency situation, like if you're at that point, you definitely should have like a psychiatrist and have some medicine with you. If it's at that level, to get out of that, you got to take like super small steps, man. Like you just need like the slightest hit of dopamine wherever you can find it. I mean, literally just scrolling like on TikTok a little bit, just watching videos or listening to music, like literally anything to just get a hit of dopamine in your brain, because then you'll build off of that, and then you'll get into the mindset where you're like, okay, like I could brush my teeth, right? Like I can get in the shower, like that's not too bad. And then you do that and you're like, like, okay, like I got this, I can go another day and, do these habits. So literally you just have to build off of whatever motivation you can get and however you can find it, whether that's just like scrolling a little bit and, watching like your favorite show or, music, whatever you can do to get just that hit of motivation and just build off of that. Obviously, I wouldn't recommend just, constantly just scrolling nonstop. I think a healthier alternative would be like just going out on walks. Like that's what I would do is I just go out for like, I don't know, 45 minutes and to an hour even, like literally just walking around my neighborhood at night, like no music, nothing, just kind of like just going slow and just letting that motivation kind of like come back to you and getting to like that neutral mindset, right? Obviously you're not going to come back, like it was life changing, but you just want to get to that neutral mindset where you have some motivation where you're like, okay, I can, take care of myself, I can make myself food, I can shower, whatever. So that's the goal with, these walks and that kind of stuff. But that's like in, extreme, situations where it's almost like this paralyzed feeling. Most people aren't like at that level. If you're still able to like function normally and you just kind of get in these like negative ruts, you just feel depression, which, is common for young adults these days. I would say, in those moments where you feel down, you're lacking motivation, like you just got to ride it out however you can. Like I said, do things in like small pieces. Take time to just do what you enjoy out of the day. Like you don't need to be on this like Sigma grind set, constantly working, because you're going to feel really overwhelmed with the amount of work you have to do. That's just going to send you further down a spiral. So literally take time out of your day to just do something you enjoy, get your mind off things. So watch like funny YouTube videos or, your favorite show or movie or, listening to music helps me a lot. Just whatever you have to do, even like calling a friend or, working out with a friend and just talking to them. You'd be surprised how much that helps. And it could do a complete 180 on your mood. I'd say all those things are good. And then over time, if you have a task and like some kind of goal you're occupied on, like these feelings just wear off over time. And, my whole philosophy is, the universe is very like yin and yang, right? So it's like the lowest lows come with the highest highs. Everything just kind of like balances out. And so you just kind of have to view it that way. And then, it makes those low moments a little bit less intense. So depression, it's definitely not easy. Some people think it's some kind of like disease that, you're less worthy, if you're depressed. And sometimes you'll feel that yourself, like you'll have an episode and then you almost feel like unworthy of, love, or, you feel like less important or less of like a human being just because you have these episodes. But literally at the end of the day, everyone's human, man. Like we all, have emotions, we all struggle. Feeling depressed doesn't make you any less of a human. Like you don't deserve less than anybody. Sometimes you'll have an episode and you think, oh, well, this person wouldn't want to be friends with me because why would he want to be around like some depressed person, or this person wouldn't want to be in a relationship with me because I'm all sad and whatever. But that's not true, man. Like the point of these friendships and relationships is to like help each other, right? They're going to understand you, man. Like everyone, goes through low moments. Everyone has chapters in their life that they don't read out loud, right? So you can't think that depression makes you, unworthy of all this, because that's just not true. You still have value as a human being. Like you still bring a lot to the table. And like I said, sometimes it just comes down to pathways in your brain, that you got to train, right, to get back to those old pathways. Kind of going off the dome here, but things that you can't really control. So just know like depression does not categorize you, doesn't make you any less of a person. If anything, it's a sign of strength and resilience that, you can still experience this, but love yourself and love others. For anyone going through a rough time right now, like trust me, you're not alone. And, I feel these things on a daily basis. A bunch of people do too. So yeah, you're definitely not alone. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, like, comment, subscribe so this gets out there to whoever needs to hear it. With that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Baby, your love is my medicine. Baby, your